Hey, hey, it's little Killer K from the Bay, looking a little bit rough, but it's okay. So, some of you got, ooh, this lighting. I love this lighting. I really like this lighting. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I'm doing a reading today from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It is MLK Day today, y'all. And I just wanted to put that respect out there to my ancestors who fought for us to have what we have. And when I say us, I mean the melanated folks, you know what I'm saying? Because we struggled. We were struggling a little bit. Hi, Miriam. How's it going, my love? So great to see you again. First of all, I just want to say, you guys, before I jump into this reading, I'm so happy to be doing a reading. Like, I miss y'all. I wanted to do one before, but I am moving. If only y'all saw how it looked in my background. It looked a little crazy right now. So, yeah, we're not going to go into that. But I'm so happy that you guys are here with me and joining and just, ready to do the damn thing. So I feel like they don't even really teach about Martin Luther King in school books anymore. So I'm going to give a little mini history lesson. Martin Luther King was a revolutionary in his time. If you don't know, you're going to find out today. You're going to learn today, okay? And very, very he was ahead of his time. I'm just going to say that. Like futuristic. Who in that time frame was like, yeah, let's fight the segregation that's happening in the South? Nobody. So yeah, he was very, very revolutionary and very changing the paradigm, like literally shifted the whole paradigm of what was segregation and separation into inclusion and diversity and judging people by their character, not by their skin color. So I want to keep that alive by doing this reading today. Yeah, I did miss y'all a lot. So how this is going to go is I'm going to say my prayer like usual, connecting to Dr. Martin Luther King, because, you want to be respectful. But it just felt like this pop-up reading that I'm doing, it just felt like I needed to do it. I don't know why. I feel like I have a very strong past life or whatever connection to Dr. Martin Luther King. It's a little unexplainable. So I was just like, you know what? No point in thinking about it. Let's just do it. So a little bit of background of why I feel connected to him also. When I was like 6 or 7 or 8, my mother took me to San Francisco to get my book signed, a book signing from his son. So I actually met his son at a very young age. And when I tell you they look just alike, it was crazy. It felt like I met Dr. Martin Luther King. And that just goes to show you that this wasn't that long ago that all this was happening. You know what I mean? This inequality, this prejudice, all this wasn't that long ago. It feels like Dr. Martin Luther King was like 100 something years ago. It was not that long ago, promise. So I think it's really important to just kind of recap on that. You guys get a holiday. Everybody gets a holiday, or, some people might be working. I don't know. But enjoy your holiday by getting some more information about this man and really getting the backstory on it. So I'm going to be using my Keepers of Light deck, my Melanated Sand deck, and my Miss Cleo deck. And we'll get started. I'm going to say the prayer as I shuffle through the decks. So, guardians, angels, ancestors, spiritual helpers, please give me information in regards to Dr. Martin Luther King. Please, please bring those who need the information at this time in regards to Dr. Martin Luther King or have any questions. Please lead them to my channel. That way we can answer their questions here. And please, please, please allow him to connect through me. Guides, guardians, and ancestors, please make sure that this is okay with him to connect with me today, as I do not want to do anything against his will or his spiritual will. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to be shuffling the decks here, getting them acclimated to the energy, and then we're going to go forward. Please, guides, guardians, and ancestors, angels, please help me connect and be a clear vessel for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in regards to any messages that are going to come through or need to come through on his behalf to you all. Thank you for letting me be a vessel for these messages to channel through me from the higher realms. Thank you, thank you. Please bring those who are curious about Dr. Martin Luther King to the video. Please allow them to find their way here. Thank you. All right. So, and then we're going to just do one more shuffle with these cards. The Miss Cleo deck. I really like this deck a lot. All right. Guides, guardians, and ancestors, please provide messages. Bring forth the messages from Dr. Martin Luther King to those who are drawn and attracted to this video at this time. Okay. Please bring the messages. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get started with it. I'm gonna do the Keepers of Light deck first. If you have any questions about Dr. Martin Luther King as well, please leave them in the chat box because I will be answering questions about Dr. Martin Luther King. It's really important to know your history, the depth and the trueness of it in order to know where you come from so you can know where you're going. All right. And it's even especially really good to know, even if you aren't melanated, you're not a person of, you know what I mean, color, it's still good to know information about people, places, things that, you know, may be beneficial for you to know. All right. So we're going to get started. Oh, okay. Well, that was trying to come out. Let's see what that says. A bunch of cards just came out. Wow. So the cards that came out, I'm not sure. I'm going to do another shuffle just to get a couple. But we have Transcendence with Lord Shiva. Rise up, honor your inner force. That's you're being given. Dance with the universe. I feel as though for Dr. Martin Luther King, that was kind of where his journey started, was transcending that paradigm of racism, segregation, and separation. So then we have Jishwal Kul, Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. I feel as though this was really interpreting his journey of transcending what he knew versus what he felt to be true. So it says inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power with Brigitte. I feel as though that was probably at a time in his life where there was a lot of like other little stuff going on to try to, you know what I mean, like distract him or make him feel unencouraged about this whole journey. Then we have Hilarion, divine healing, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So that's what I'm seeing here for him. A lot is going on in his cards. And then it's Krishna, devotion, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. I kind of feel like these are outlining the steps that he went through, especially with the divine healing and the inner strength. Then we have Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And I feel like that was like the final, you know, just his call to action here. All these cards seem to be here for a reason. So it looks like this is just the layout, the pre-shuffle reading. All right. So his steps were clearly outlined for him to take. All right. So guides. Okay. Guides, guardians, ancestors, any messages from Dr. Martin Luther King that you would like to express through me as the channel for those watching and those who will be watching. All right. Any other messages here? Any other messages here? Any other messages here? Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so initially I'm seeing here Mahavatar Babaji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. I feel like this is his current energy here. Like, you know, as he has passed on, I feel as though his energy is expanding so he can see how things are connected. To me, that kind of represents also just knowing that the people who are racist, the people who, you know, created this division are still a part of the design. And that's kind of hard to like really understand sometimes when it comes to why do bad things happen to good people, is what I keep hearing with that specific thing, is that it's not that bad things happen to good people. It's just that everything happens for a reason. So whether good or bad, everything's going to be happening for a reason. And I do feel like even if there was no such thing as racism, Martin Luther King would not have the legacy that he had. So that had to be a factor for him to be who he was. And that's just kind of where it's like, if there's no darkness and the light doesn't know its totality, it doesn't know how strong it is if there's no darkness, or there's nothing to compare and contrast. So to me, it feels as though Martin Luther King has transcended this duality, black and white, up and down, left or right, you know what I mean? I feel as though his soul has expanded past that to see how things are connected. And I feel as though his spirit already knew that when he was here physically, but I think it's making a lot more sense in the realms that he's in now. Then we also have Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. I feel like this is his message for us. I feel like he has already lived through this himself, which is why he is bringing this to the forefront for us. I feel as though this is a message to people who are doing something that doesn't feel right, or they are, you know what I mean, like coming to terms with what they need to do. Because like I said, everything plays out for a reason. So everything is going to happen for a reason. And if there is no villain, then there is no hero. You know what I mean? So everything works together, whether it looks like it does or it doesn't. But it does feel as though there is a certain group that he is speaking to, specifically to this card that I'm feeling. That's a group of people need to start doing. It's like his legacy. It wasn't the end all be all. Just because he did this doesn't mean that was the end of it. It was to continue to inspire people, be inspired to do more. You know what I mean? So I feel like through the soul expansion card, he is saying that there's a connection between all things, but also that what he did was also in regards to the connection between all things. So like, even after he passed away, we're still connected to what his mission is. And that is also letting us know in a deeper aspect, do what you feel is right. Do what you, I'm hearing, don't be fooled, don't be tempted, do what is right. I'm just hearing do what's right. It's an important time right now to do what's right. That's what I'm hearing. Do right by yourself, do right by others. I'm hearing righteousness. It's like talking about, it's like I'm getting messages about like biblical stuff, like the meek will inherit the earth, the last shall be first. Yeah. So I'm getting a lot of that. It feels like also with this, there is a paradigm shift still. I feel as though this paradigm shift doesn't just happen in one person's lifetime or 2 lifetimes. It takes a couple of lifetimes to get this actually shifted in a different direction. And I feel as though his energy is saying that the world we live in is going through that shift right now. And if we didn't have a Donald Trump, yeah, he's bringing up Donald Trump. That's really interesting. He's saying puppet, and he's saying masketeer. I don't know what that word means. Masketeer, puppet, and masketeer, masquerade. He is saying that this energy that you feel from the Donald Trump energy is just trying to get you to react more than it is trying to get you to think. If you're thinking about it, you're going to say, okay, think about the progress. So he's giving me something to kind of give us more grasp on. Think about how much progress we've made while Donald Trump has been president. And it's going to sound very counterintuitive, right? But think about how many people have come together because of this person being so like difficult and just hateful in a way. And I don't even feel like his hate is really his own hate. I feel like it is somebody putting a mask on his face, or somebody just using him to be the doll that like the punching bag. Like the real entity behind this is not Donald Trump. Okay. And I'm not saying to give him sympathy necessarily, but know who is the culprit behind the mask. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he's now giving me you guys, okay, do you guys watch Scooby-Doo? Have you guys watched Scooby-Doo? Where the kids will find out who the culprit is. They'll take the mask off of the scary looking monster and find out, oh, it was Mr. Johnson from down the street, or it was this person. He's giving me that analogy, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is giving me that. He said, call me Martin. He said, call me Martin. You ain't got to be all formal. He said, you met my son. Okay, we're not going to go there. But Yeah, okay. He's giving me a lot of information. He's happy. Him and his wife are together. He's very, very, very happy. Anyways, he's saying that most of the time, the person that's the monster behind the mask is the person that you would at least expect, but somebody that you're all too familiar with. So Donald Trump is the mask. He's a scary monster. But when you pull that aspect out, you're going to see that it's behind that scary person, behind that monster, is somebody that you know. I'm hearing the monster you know, the evil you know. For some reason, that's coming out. The evil you know versus the evil you don't know. There's an evil that you know. It's like they're in your face. You see them all the time. It's so obvious that that's who they are, but we just tend to point the finger at so-and-so. So I feel like he's saying go deeper. Also realize that everything works for together. So, even though racism and inequality is not fair, there's certain people, certain entities, certain beings that need to emerge with a message for humanity in regards to this. And if there wasn't racism and inequality, there wouldn't be these heroic people that emerge in this world to help. So yeah. Then we have magic manifesting. Your dreams, you remember he had that speech, I have a dream. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. I feel as though he is saying to me, this card's actually really beautiful too. I've never been seeing it look like this. It doesn't even look like this in real life. The lighting makes it look more luminous. So I feel as though he's saying, no matter what color, what creed, what breed, what religion, what position, what status, he's literally channeling through me. So I'm just gonna speak. I'm gonna let him speak. He's saying that no matter all of that, we are all connected. We are all divinely connected, the good and the bad. He's saying there is no good and bad. He's saying he's even telling me that with the assassin situation, because the monster behind, so we look at the assassin. I believe his name is James. I don't know if his name is James K. I don't know why. I haven't done much research on the person that assassinated him, but I'm hearing the name James K. James, not Killer. It seems like his name would be James Killer or James Killen or something like that. If anybody knows for certain the name of the person that assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., please leave that in the description box below. I mean, not the description box below. Leave that in the live chat comments, y'all. My mind, these messages trying to come out. I can't even think normally. Okay, so that analogy that I mentioned about the Scooby-Doo mysteries where they think it's this big monster and then they pull the mask off and they realize it's somebody familiar to them. I'm getting that also with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassin. Okay, Martin. He's like, call me Martin. With Martin's assassin, I'm feeling as though this person, we look at this person as the monster, but we don't pull back the mask from the monster to see who. Okay, James Earl Ray. Thank you so much, Miriam. James Earl Ray. Interesting. The James part was correct. It just feels like he wasn't really the one behind killing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It also feels like, for me as a reader, it feels as though he actually did not kill him. It feels as though there was a negligence in the hospital or the hospital care. There was a negligence. Because I'm almost feeling like he did suffer a gunshot wound, but I also feel as though there was an IV that was given to him that had air in it. And everybody knows what happens when there's air in your blood, you have a heart attack or what have you. It feels like for some reason, that's what I'm getting about how he actually died. I feel as though the gunshot wound, it almost like it grazed him, or it penetrated, but it didn't hit the major organ that they intended for it to hit. Something malfunctioned on that level. Whoever ordered that, taking him out, it didn't go as planned, because even still, his ancestors and guardians were protecting him. And he actually chose to he chose to go into the other realm. He was like, you know what? He was tired. A part of him, he's basically the stepping stone. He was the stepping stone for people to be more vocal for Black Lives Matter, but in a way where we actually put the action behind our footwork. No, you're right, Miriam. I saw your message. It was definitely a plot. And I'm hearing the word patsy. This James Earl Ray person was a patsy because it wasn't necessarily him that ordered or decided, I'm gonna go kill Dr. Martin Luther King. It almost feels like it was a white supremacist group, like the Ku Klux Klan ordered this. A higher member of the Ku Klux Klan ordered this. And they were all working together. Like even the hospital that he went to receive treatment from the gunshot wound, he was actually fine, I'm hearing. He collapsed, but his body was okay. He could have naturally healed from that gunshot wound, but there was I'm seeing a male nurse or a female nurse, but I'm hearing the word nurse, gave him an IV, and they knowingly either there was something about, there was air, there was a bubble, an air socket, a bubble of air in this IV already. And they gave it to him, and they knew they knew that air bubble was going to cause his death. They did it on purpose. But like, they couldn't even take him out with the first attempt. You guys, I'm just gonna say something because I'm sure I heard somebody notice this, or maybe I'm being self-conscious. Real quick, Dr. Martin Luther King, I'm gonna just take a little side story real quick. I don't have on a bra, you guys. So we're gonna have to be mature about this. If you see something swinging, okay. Okay, look. You gonna learn today. All right, so back to what I was talking about, because I felt somebody be like, wow. Even when I open the deck to shuffle with the Miss Cleo deck, I see the 10 of Swords, which is a betrayal, something's over, and the 10 of Coins. Somebody was trying to end his legacy here, but they couldn't. Because people like that, yeah, somebody was trying to they were trying to steal something, steal some of his happiness. If you're here watching this video on Martin Luther King Day and you resonate with this, go ahead and give this video a like. Show some respect. Whoever's here watching, if you can, give a like. Because, yeah, it's his day today, y'all. So let's give him some love. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm seeing a lot. They were trying to end his legacy. They were trying to, like, teach. Wow. You guys, I just heard, I don't know who this is. And I know spirits can cuss, but I literally heard them say, teach the N-word a lesson. And that kind of hurts my soul that it was like put like that. But yeah, teach the N-word a lesson. Yeah. But I'm also seeing that he decided to leave the earth. He was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to leave this behind. I'm going to go somewhere else. He wanted peace. He just wanted peace. And I don't feel like his fight was to, you know what I mean? I don't feel like his fight was to prove a point. He just wanted world peace. You see what I'm saying? And so thank you so much, Miriam. And I feel as though he wasn't getting that peace. Yeah. Also something about, let me just pull out the cards. He's also telling me the real reason why they hated me is because they loved me. Wow. So why is soul expansion here for Dr. Martin Luther King? Okay, Martin. I got it, Martin. Why? Okay. 4 of Coins reversed. To me, this is talking about letting go. Letting go of expectations, even though it's the 4 of Coins, it's not really, yeah. So yeah. So he let go of teaching this lesson, decided to go forward into the realms because he knew that his time was complete and he didn't need to fight anymore. Yeah. Something about the Lovers reversed as well. It's almost like I feel like his feelings were hurt. But it was more of a nostalgic sadness, not like like I didn't finish my mission, I'm hurt. It was more like I hurt for the people who have to live with this, who have to go through this. He was tired of seeing this. Like a broken heart. He kind of had a broken heart. Okay, so why is divine order here with Lady Portia? Do what you feel is right and important lessons unfolding. I feel even him accepting, because really if he wanted to live on, he was going to. He chose to accept his fate of leaving this realm because he understood that this was part of the divine order, that a lesson is unfolding for those who, feel the lesson. Yeah. He almost, it's like, so we have the 5 of Swords showing up here. Wow. Okay, he's giving me a huge download right now. I'm going to stop shuffling for a second. His feelings were hurt because somebody very close to him betrayed him. One of his own people. He's saying not all skin folk is your kinfolk. He's saying that his feelings were hurt. He decided to leave because there was somebody that was on his team that was giving the government tips about him. Like dropping dimes on him, basically, and pretending to be about the mission. Somebody was paid off. There's like a spy, a double agent. Because with the Lover's card reversed and the 5 of Swords here, that's talking about his feelings is hurt because somebody did some sneaky shit behind his back. Wow. And that is exactly why I'm feeling the divine order, Lady Portia, do what you feel is right, is coming up, because what he felt like was right for him was to just go on to another journey, just to continue on in another lifetime, because he was hurt. He knew that it was he knew if he wanted to keep living, he was going to keep living, but it would have still been a struggle because there was somebody in his circle that betrayed him. Wow. 1 second, guys. Yeah. Somebody was trying to, he's also saying that he knew that he could reach the world differently than he physically could, even though physically he was reaching a lot of us. He knew spiritually, because the King of Swords is coming up here with the world. That's talking about air. Air is spirit. So he felt that he could move more freely in the world if he was in spirit form. Yeah. So he made a judgment. A final decision with the Ace of Pentacles. Something was a blessing for him. Him passing the way he did was a blessing for him. Okay. Because he knew that he could help the world in a different way than he was able to being alive, especially when there's people constantly coming at you and your own people, and he knew who it was before he passed away, before he got shot. Somebody helped the government set up him getting shot. That was in his own circle. It's a man. It's definitely a man. There was a man, like I'm hearing right-hand man. All right. Why is Isis here? Magic manifesting. Okay. Yeah. So I'm feeling like with the Empress reversed here and the Moon card is shedding light on where somebody was trying to stop his growth. He was shed light on that. They wanted his fame. It wasn't even about helping the people of color. Wow. It's just interesting. Sorry, guys. There are some crows flying and some seagulls flying randomly, and I just kind of felt that was a spirit message. But somebody wanted to steal his shine. They wanted to stop his growth so that they could actually get his fame, his stardom. They weren't jealous of his mission. They were jealous of the attention he got. Somebody was very jealous, and I'm hearing it's a right-hand man. Any more messages? We're going to break some of this down, too, with my other deck here. Thank you so much for y'all. First of all, I just want to say thank you for listening, being here, and participating in this reading. I love doing readings. This is what I'm going to be doing in the next 10 years, 2020. This is what I'm going to be doing. And so I really appreciate that you all are here and, you know, ready to. There's literally a crow right in front of my house. Like, they are just popping up. I feel like this is mystical. There's some spirits. Because I don't know why they're just right here. They're just right here. All in front of my window. I can see all of them. I'll open up the window a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of activity with the birds. Birds are messengers, and crows are messengers of ancestral spirits. So I definitely feel like this is a spirit coming through and confirming. But I just appreciate that you guys are all here listening. This is what I want to do with my life. So I'm just happy you guys are sharing this moment with me, and I appreciate you all. All right, so any more messages in regards? Yeah, somebody was doing some sneaky stuff, but even that played a part in what was going on. Like, when you think about it, he's almost telling me when you can see it from a higher perspective, there's no such thing as bad or good because it all works out for a reason. There's a reason for all of it, is what I'm hearing. All right. Any more messages? High Priestess. Yeah. So he's saying that he knew that his time was going to be up. We have the High Priestess, the Six of Coins, and the Eight of Cups reversed. Eight of Cups reversed is talking about being sad to leave a situation behind, or gaining more insight after you leave a situation behind. He knew that his time of giving to people was going to come to an end here. He knew that. His intuition told him. So he knew somebody was betraying him. He knew that his time was going to be up, even though he could have kept living. He just knew that it was almost like he had to pass the baton to somebody else. I'm also hearing that he gave his wife a very special message before he passed. I don't know if that's just for them, but I'm definitely feeling that. All right. So now we're going to clarify some of these messages here. So we're going to clarify the Five of Swords. Yeah, we're going to let go, or sorry, we're going to let go. We're going to clarify the Lovers reverse, the Five of Swords. And then we're also going to clarify the World and the King of Swords. We're going to clarify some of these cards here. I'm actually going to make some more room because we know what these cards all mean. So we're going to separate them. Yeah, there we go. So we can have some space here. All right, perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay, so. All right, angels, guides. Oh, okay. Angels, guides, and guardians, please clarify the Lovers reversed here with the Five of Swords. Okay, let's see. Oh, a lot of messages came out. Wow. So I'm seeing that somebody with the Lovers reversed and the Five of Swords, somebody was working really hard to stress him out and confuse him. Like, I'm feeling like it's like a count, like he would go to somebody for counsel and they would stress him out and confuse him. Oh, well, if we do this and this is going to happen. And they were really trying to get him to fall back into the paradigm of being afraid of white people or feeling less than to white people or white supremacists. Let's see. Why is the Five of Swords here? Why is the Five of Swords here, please? Yeah, here's that King of Swords again. Wow. The Lovers card came out reversed, but then it turned upright. And that's what I'm hearing him say. The people that hate on you the most love you the most. And the King of Swords come out again. So I almost feel, I'm going to be respectful to my man, Martin, but I almost feel like there was somebody that I'm feeling jealousy and envy with the Lovers. It doesn't feel like a romantic lover, although it could. Yeah. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So I feel as though somebody... Hey, Miriam I, with your side account. How's it going, my love? Thank you for joining. If you want to see what I've been talking about so far, you can always scroll past, or you can scroll back and we can go ahead and get it popping. So, okay, you guys, I'm not going to lie. I feel as though I don't want to blast him. Is this okay to say? He said, go ahead and tell it. I feel as though he had a lover. That just brings a lot of taboo. A male lover. Or somebody that had a secret crush on him. That loved him so much they couldn't stand to see him happy with the wife and kids. And wanted to end that because he would not promote them. He would not give them the victory of, you know, it's almost like if I can't have you, nobody can. Somebody that was extremely jealous here of his wife, which is really interesting. Yep. 3 of Swords. Ace of Cups, the Emperor. So this person being promoted was a conflict. I now see they could have discussed that between themselves. I almost feel like, I don't know if this person was sent in to do this or if this was one of his people that he'd been knowing for a while, but somebody had feelings for him and that created a conflict. They wanted to be promoted as a lover. They wanted to be like his man. And it was a man. It was a same-sex situation here. And I think he may have, they asked about it. They spoke about it. Ace of Cups, the Emperor, is like, I want to be the boss. I want to be in charge. It feels as though they wanted to be in charge, but they also wanted to be with him. I am heavily feeling this. I don't know why, but it feels like somebody that was really close to him wanted to be his lover, wanted to be his man. And he wasn't really going for that. Now, see, I want to be respectful to his wife and all that, but I do feel as though he could have had a side relationship here. This is like going way off topic, but it ties in. I think he had a side relationship here with this man, and this man's like, okay, but now I want to be the only one. Now you got to dump your wife. And he's like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. So this person decided to go behind his back. It was a lot of jealousy. Their love for him was unhealthy. It wasn't like a genuine love. It was like, I love you because I want to be you. So why is the World card here with the King of Swords? They wanted him to take a risk with the Fool card. Yeah, start a new beginning. They wanted him to start a new passionate beginning. They could have also wanted him to cheat. Yeah, wow. They could have wanted him to cheat on his wife with them. Like I said, it's the same-sex situation here. They could have been confusing him and telling him, and, you know, I'm not really sure what they were telling him, but I feel like they were confusing him here. Because we have the Fool, the Ace of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. It's like they wanted him to take a new beginning and move forward with them, or they wanted a new beginning. It's almost reminding me of like the Selena situation. I'm gonna do a reading on Selena next. I'm gonna do another reading later on today on Selena. For some reason, I feel like I need to do that. But it almost feels like that. Like they love you so much, but they're the one that pulled the trigger on you. They're the one that called the shot on you, called the hit on you. They cooperated with the opposing party to get you hit because you didn't you didn't give them what they wanted. So why is the Empress reversed with the Moon, the Ace of Cups, and the Stars here? Yeah. So I have the 6 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the World. So they really wanted, I feel like they wanted to, it's like they wanted to move quickly towards him, or in the end they made a quick, it's almost like they made a quick decision that they regret now of calling the shot on him. They made a quick decision. because there's a lot of movement. There's the Six of Swords, which talks about change and movement, moving away from a loved one. Then there's the Eight of Wands that talks about communication and swift movement. Then there's the Knight of Wands that talks about forward movement in the world. Somebody really, really wanted to get somewhere in life. Why is all this movement here? What were they trying to move towards? Judgment. Somebody made a quick judgment because they wanted the limelight. They wanted to be, it was jealousy and envy, but you know, the enemy took advantage of the fact that they were jealous and envious, and you know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost like I'm feeling there's a Nine of Wands coming here, and then there's the Three of Pentacles here. With the Knight of Wands here, the Nine of Wands, you see that there's somebody blindfolded and they're trying to find something, and there's a wand behind them, behind their back. So I feel like they made a quick decision, because the Knight of Wands is like waiting or feeling anxious about a decision and good news is going to come out. They thought that's what was going to happen, that this was going to build them up with the Three of Pentacles. But somebody was hiding something from them behind their back in regards. It's like a deal. Somebody made a deal. A King of Wands. So a fire energy. This could be a Aries, Leo, Sag, or that could be in their chart. They made a deal very quickly, too quickly. Look at all the little drama coming out. Yeah, they made okay. Wow. So I'm hearing that with the fire energy and the Four of Wands, which talks about your home life, I feel like they made a deal with the KKK. Because, you know, back in those days, they would burn your house down. They would set fire. It happened to Doc. You know, he had an attempt. Somebody attempted to burn his. He had attempts multiple times on his life. Okay. So, and he lived through them. He could have kept living through them, but he decided that he was done with it. He didn't want the hurt and the betrayal anymore because it was just going to continue. But I feel like somebody made a deal with the devil. It sounds like that's it. I just keep hearing a deal with the devil, that their family, their house wouldn't get burned down if they. It's almost like, okay, if you help us kill him, one, we'll help you build up your shit. We'll give you some money. With Three of Pentacles, it's not a lot of money though. They broke you off like a third of whatever money they had or whatever. We're going to give you some money. And we won't burn your house down is what I'm hearing. Because that fire energy with the home, somebody was trying to protect their home with this. Because either if they told what was going on after, we're going to burn your house down. Or, you know, now you can't ride off of his fame anymore. Now you can't ride off of what he was doing because he's no longer here. How you going? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Somebody, listen, I ain't lying to you. At the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance reverse, impatience, unease, no peace of mind about the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And I'm pretty sure Martin Luther King, yeah, he's a Capricorn. Betrayal. So somebody is actually really not in a peace of mind about this betrayal. They're not doing too good. They know what they did. They know they betrayed him. It was somebody very close to him, like very, very close to him. Like you might have seen them in the videos. You know what I mean? In the, you know, it was almost like I'm hearing like a councilman, like somebody that acted like a bodyguard. Yeah. Yeah, they betrayed him. He was protected still in that, but he decided that he wanted to leave. He just wanted peace. He wasn't necessarily looking for fame and all this. He didn't even know that that's what was going to happen when he started speaking his truth. He just wanted world peace. And he knew that this person wasn't going to let him go and wasn't going to give him no peace. So he decided to move forward and go beyond this realm. Yeah. Justice will be served is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing in a court of law, but not necessarily, it's like a spiritual court of law. His justice will be served. Because, yeah, he was only looking out for his family. He wasn't looking out for, you know, and the motherfucker I'm feeling who did this tried to console Coretta Scott. Tried to console her after betraying her husband and her ultimately, and the children too. Yeah. And then we have the card here. Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. I feel like that's his message to us. Don't let anything stop you. Follow the call. Be the teacher. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Because that's literally what he was doing. He was being, yeah. Wow. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I'm going to open the forum to questions strictly about Dr. Martin Luther King, because this is his day. We're going to honor him today. I'll open it for 15 more minutes. If you guys have any questions about Martin Luther King or what I've said so far, please leave those questions in the live chat box here. Other than that, you know, if you guys don't have any questions, then I'll just do what I was going to be doing anyways. But if you have questions, please drop those questions now before I go. I'm going to give it about another 15 minutes if there are any questions. If not, we'll end it soon here. Wow. It's just, that's crazy. I had no idea. Like, I think that Martin Luther King, I'm not going to say he was gay. I'm not going to put that on him because he's not here to speak for himself. But I do think with that, that King of Swords coming up. Like, there was no queen that showed up. So even if he was the King of Swords, there is no queen that showed up to validate that. I do feel like he either had an affair or he was being confused. Somebody was trying to confuse him. I also feel like they were going to try to use that for blackmail, to discredit him or to downplay him, because he had this godly image. You know, he grew up in the church and that was looked down upon, and it was to totally tarnish his character. But see, it didn't work. So whatever they were trying, it just wasn't gonna work. Okay. But that's just very interesting, because I never would have put that together just off rip. Like, oh, there's nothing wrong with having the same-sex relationship. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. But especially when people are trying to force it on you or to make you do something that you're not comfortable with or you're not ready to do. Like, if you're in a same-sex relationship or you're interested in the same sex, nobody has the right to force that on you before you're ready. Nobody has the right to out you before you're ready. You know what I mean? And I feel like there was some of that involved, like trying to out him. But when he decided, I'm not going forward with this, you can't out me, then they get mad and then do the other bullshit. But I definitely feel like somebody was sent undercover, a double agent. Either they initially started off really genuinely wanting to help him with his mission, or they were sent to him. But eventually they had a mission to fulfill, and that was to take him out. And I do feel like there was some double agent energy involved in that. Like, somebody was being a double agent to that. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. So yeah, I'm pondering on it as I'm talking about it, because I'm channeling. I'm not necessarily just pulling this information. It's like I'm channeling. You know what I mean? That's just so interesting. Wow. If you are just now joining this live, I'm about to end this in a couple seconds. But if you're now joining this live and you're interested to know what was being talked about, please scroll to the beginning of the video. There was a lot that we just talked about in regards to Martin. He wants me to call Martin. There's a lot that we just talked about in regards to Martin, and his personal life, and him, you know, the assassination on that day. There was a lot more to it than just, you know what I mean, somebody assassinating him. One, there were many people behind that. It wasn't just one person. There was many people behind that situation, that to this day people may not be aware of, but their justice is going to be served. So, but he sees how they're connected to all, and he forgives. He is beyond vengeance and worrying about all that. Somebody was trying to hurt his family unit, is what I was hearing. They were trying to destroy his family unit, especially with that affair with the man that they were trying to put on him. So I don't know, y'all. That's a lot of food for thought. Think about that today. Also, if you are a person of color, I challenge you to really Do something kind for a person of color today, because this is pretty much what Dr. Martin Luther King was preaching, not to judge people by the content of their color, you know, but their character. And so if you have a person like a melanated friend or a person of color friend, I challenge you to listen to them, empathize with them, talk to them, ask them about their struggles as a person of color. Really try to understand where they're coming from. I really challenge whoever is watching right now, please, like, get out there and then see what it is like. Ask them, what is it like to walk a day in your shoes? Because understanding is the basis of learning and growing. You cannot grow if you don't understand. You cannot learn if you don't understand. That's the foundation of growth. So the only way that you're going to grow is by understanding. So I challenge you to get out there and try to understand something that has been very complex for you, that you just haven't been able to really grasp. And I bet, you know, when you put that out there, that you're seeking the answers, you'll get that. You'll get just that. All right. So that being said, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to be back tonight, though. I'm going to do a reading for Selena's. So if you guys are still watching, please join that reading, because I'm going to do that one tonight. I'm giving you guys a couple of readings today because I know I did say that I was going to do some readings before I moved, and I didn't get around to that, and I didn't want to leave everybody hanging. But what we can go ahead and do is, well, I'm still moving, you know what I mean, in the process. So I'm going to do this reading based on Selena. If I can, I'll do another reading for the viewers choice reading. So, you know, when I do the reading for Selena, I'm going to do a survey of what signs you want to be read, and then I'll pick it out of a hat. We'll do that, and I'll do another reading after the Selena reading, just because I promised you guys I was going to get a couple of readings out before I went MIA. I will be back in February, though. If you're not familiar with what's going on, I am moving to Texas from California. Very, very long car drive. Very, very, very long trip. But I'm very excited. I'm going to break it up into little pieces. And I'll probably stop and make some short little reading videos, give you guys some updates on my journey, things of that nature. So I'm really excited to do that. Yeah. I'll be back here tonight, so stay tuned for that Selena reading, because you ain't gonna miss that. I love her, and I don't even know why she came to me while I was doing the Martin Luther King reading. She like low-key was like, okay, sis, do one for me. I felt very connected to her as well, even as a kid. I remember, you know, I don't know Spanish, but I'd be like, como la flor, hey, felices tú. I don't know the words. Anyways, I felt the music though. I didn't know the words, but I felt that movie. Selena was my favorite movie of all time. So I'm gonna pay her some homage too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head out, y'all. Thank you so much for watching my video. Enjoy the rest of your Martin Luther King Day. Be kind to a melanated person today, okay? Because we be going through a lot. We be going through a whole lot. All right, thank you. Peace.